hello. How is everyone doing? Welcome in, everyone. Oh, that's kind of bright. Let me see if I can tilt this just a little bit, get rid of some of that sunlight off of me. Yes. Welcome. Did I get that or did I erase it? Oh my goodness. It went away. Ah, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Ola Joe, how are you? Hello, Tisa, can you all hear me? Let me know. We are here. Awesome. I was trying to pin a comment. Give me 1 second. Let me get this pin right quick. I had it all typed in here. It all went away. So give me a second, please. Oh, I don't know what happened when I hit the button, but okay. Let me type it in right quick. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Tom, how are you doing? All right. Yes. All right. Let me see. 1 second. All right. Let's see here. Almost here. Okay, what's going on here? Can't see. Okay, here we go. All right, 1 second. Okay. All right, almost 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to my comment that I wanted to pin, but I'm almost there. I am almost there. Okay. Okay, I think that'll do it. If not, too bad. Okay, let's see. I think what's going on is my chat is moving so fast, I actually hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay, thank you all so much for being here, everyone. I know I missed a lot of people coming in. Um, if you see me looking this way, I'll be looking back and forth because the chat is, I have my PC right here and the chat is just closer for me for eyesight as opposed to the phone that I'm actually streaming on. It's a bit farther away. So forgive me if you see me looking off from time to time. I'm just checking at the chat. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you. I see I have a couple of mods in here. That's Ola Joe, the Crocheting Sailor, and Tisa Renee Green. Please say hi to them. They will be answering any questions that I may miss while they're here. They may not be here the whole time, but while they are here, if they catch a question, they know all the answers, both of them. So they'll be more than happy to help you all out. So check them out as well. They help me do everything, and I don't think I could get a lot done without them. So that's Ola Joe, the Crocheting Sailor, and Tisa Renee Green. They are in blue. They also have my switch, so if you do the wrong thing, they'll take care of you too. Awesome. Hey, Maggie. I saw Maggie, the substitute teacher, was in here, and Tom was in here. These are just people that I saw as I was typing up um, my comment to be pinned at the top, and I hope it's out there. Yes, awesome. It is so good to see all of you all. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing? And Keisha, welcome in. We have Janet in the house. Absolutely amazing. Hey, Marla, first time in the live. Welcome. Thank you. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today, this afternoon. I kind of just wanted to come on, have a couple of announcements, or at least one for sure. But I also wanted to talk about something because someone said something in the comments and it really resonated with me. They were just chatting in the comments about a recipe that their mother used to prepare for them. And they only remembered so much of the recipe. And they said that they were going to have to go back and ask their mother for the recipe. And so that prompted me to do this live today because recipes are so important. But there is no specific or certain recipe. A recipe can come from anything. Of course, we have our well-known recipes that we are all familiar with, but most of us have what we call family recipes. And these recipes are the ones that have been passed down from generation to generation, or they're ones that have been cooked and nobody knows what's in it, but everybody loves it. Those are the special recipes. And then there are a lot of famous recipes that come about because somebody made a mistake when they were cooking, and then it was like, oh my goodness, this tastes good, and everybody was like, what you put in this? This is better than the original, because it was a mistake. They messed up, but it became this magnificent recipe that everybody loved and everybody wanted, and they were the ones that were always asked to bring it to a family gathering or something like that. Hey, Jay Harris, how you doing? Hey, Erica, how are you? Can you give me some recipes for chicken, the do's, don'ts, and how are you? I am doing fantabulous. Thank you for asking. I have a lot of those on my channel already because typically when I do my videos, I try to go over what I'm doing while I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. Because as I always say, it's not always about the recipe, like the ingredients. You can have a list of ingredients for a recipe, but sometimes it really is the tricks, the tips, the hacks that will get you there. Those are the things that basic recipes just don't tell you. And so those are the things that can sometimes make or break a recipe. But back to what I was saying before, and you know, there are some famous recipes because somebody put the wrong ingredient in by mistake, or sometimes we just don't have an ingredient, or we don't have something that should be in it, so we substitute for whatever it is we have, and it works. It works. The biggest thing is I want the people that, at least that are in my audience and that are older, you know, like myself, that are older, please, please write down any of those recipes that you have. And if you don't have anyone to pass it down to, someone will find it one day. But write it down. And for the people that are younger, if you have someone to ask specifically, what was that in that recipe? Ask it, write it down when you find out, and keep those recipes and share those recipes if you only share them within your family. I basically learned a lot of my cooking comes from trial and error, my mother and my father. My mother and my father cooked equally. He didn't cook as often, but he could cook as well as my mother. But even to this day, there was one recipe. I didn't have to go back and try to figure out, well, what did my mother do for this? What did my mother do for that? What did my father do for this? Because I was in the kitchen all along growing up with them. And so I learned that way. But there was one recipe to this day, one recipe that I loved that my mother always made. And she was always surprised because it was I will tell you what it is in a little bit, but she was always surprised. When I come home from school, I was so happy that she made this one particular recipe, and she didn't make it that often. And she was like, you don't even know what that is. And I said, yes, I do. And I would tell her, she would be so surprised that just by the smell of it, me coming into the house, I knew what it was. And this was as a very young child. She was also surprised at how, because of what it is, I'm going to tell you that after a while, what it was, how much I loved it. She just couldn't believe that I really liked this recipe. That's the only thing I wish I had still, whatever my mother did to it. And the sad thing about it is, where I live, I can't even find the product. Okay, I can't even find the item to play with it enough to cook it. I'm pretty sure if I could get my hands on it enough that I could play with it enough to eventually, if not get it, get close to it. I asked an older lady about a pound cake she makes, and she wouldn't give it up. I was back. Yes, and that's another thing that I don't understand. And we all have recipes that we try to keep to ourselves, and for as long as possible. But at some point in time, what good is it if you leave this earth tomorrow? What good is hanging on to that? Nobody else can ever cook it. And especially if it's something that is in your family. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm not never telling anybody what I put in this particular dish right here. But why not? Hey, Pandora, you're new to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with me today. I don't get that. I don't get that. I have one recipe that I don't necessarily share. I have not shared it online. And I haven't shared it online because I don't know if I'm going to try to produce it yet. But it's written down. Any one of my kids can come in the house. They know where my recipes are. They can get the recipe. It's not locked up somewhere, you know. I could see it maybe if you have a restaurant, you have these special dishes and you don't want to share those with the public. But I'm not talking about the public. I'm talking about friends and your relatives, your inner circle, the people that are with you. I don't get that, but you should try to make sure you write it down so that eventually they won't be lost, because then they do good for nobody. They won't be lost. There might be karma for withholding recipe. There might be. I wouldn't doubt that, Patsy. I would not doubt that at all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, I never seem to catch you live. I agree about those recipes. I share mine. Yes. Hey, Garden State Gardener. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, you should share them. And if you're not sharing them, at least write them down where they can be found eventually. Because if you have whatever reason that you feel that you don't want to share the recipes now, you may have a valid reason. I can't answer that. It just may be something you don't want to do. But what good is this recipe if you are no longer here? To you, what good is it? So at the very least, I would say always write it down and leave it written down somewhere that it can be found and utilized eventually. You would want that legacy to go on and to keep moving on. As most of you all know, I'm in the process of writing my book now. My main editor, Ola Jo, she's in the stream right now. So say hi to her and check her out, because without her, that book ain't getting published, y'all. I'm just saying. So be kind to Ola Jo, the Crocheting Sailor. She's really working with me on this. And also is Tisa Renee Green. She's working on the book too, with me. And so these are two of my right-hand people that are helping me out. Tisa Renee Green is on the creative side, and Ola Jo, the Crocheting Sailor, is on the editing side. So I'm working. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. I would actually say, well, I'm not going to put any deadlines out there, so I won't have to change it. But I am writing these. A lot of people say that I haven't written it down. Where I typically on my videos, I'll put the list of ingredients in there, but I don't necessarily write out the actual process. My thought process in that is, okay, well, you have the actual video, you have something to watch. While you're making it, you can also watch it and see how to do it, and then you have a list written out of what you need to do as far as maybe go shopping and pick up a few things or what have you. So that's the reason that I do that. But of course, in the book, you'll have the list of ingredients and the instructions, the how-to part as well. So yes, Elaine says, love 2 recipes that you have shared, the bread recipe and the fried chicken. Yes, awesome. Thank you for trying them. Yes, hello everyone. I do write recipes down so they can be found by my children. Absolutely. That is so, so important. And that's one of the reasons how I started the YouTube channel. I started it because I wanted documentation. I wanted the how-to part to be seen. I want my kids to be able to go back, and all of my videos I'm putting on external drives. So if anything ever happens to YouTube, they still have them somewhere where they can locate them. And chances are external drives won't be around by then, but there'll be something to transfer them over. And so Brenda says, my most precious recipes are laminated, and my family knows which ones because they're holiday. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yes. Hey, Shelly, it's one of my members coming in. And hey, Jean, another member. Thank you all so much for being here. You all check out Shelly's Homemade. She cooks over there as well. Hey, Jean, how are you doing today? So, yes, absolutely. Maintain these recipes. Keep these recipes and make them available for your family. If not now, then at some point in time in life. Because let me tell you what it was. The one recipe that I don't have that my mother cooked that I wish I had, whether anybody else in the world likes it, I loved it. I want to cook it. I crave for it sometimes, especially when she's on my mind. It's kidneys. Kidneys. I can't find them where I live at. I haven't found them. I even tried to reach out to places that I thought would have them, see if I could get some shipped in. I can't find them. They're just kidneys. Kidneys, guys. And the thing about it is I really don't know what kind of kidneys they were. I was too young. I was too young, and I do not have that recipe. And they were just delicious for me to be a kid. You know, I guess I argued. My mother thought, you really like this? I was like, yes, kidneys, yes, kidneys. Yes, Emily, kidneys. I'm new to your live stream. All right, Tina, welcome in. Tina, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. Hey, Diana, how are you? Love your positive attitude. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Yes, I love my mother's cheese sauce. Get that recipe. Get that recipe. I'm teaching my granddaughter my fried chicken and mac and cheese. Yes, should you learn from your mom? Absolutely. Maybe Indian markets. I would try that. I would try that. Yes, Indian. I didn't think about that, and we have quite a few, so I can definitely check if one doesn't have it. The other Asian stores, I will check. Yes, then once I find them, then I gotta work like, okay, what did she do? All I know is seeing them in the pot or the skillet. They weren't in a pot; they were in a skillet. Seeing them in a skillet, beef kidneys. My mom made them too. It could have been. It could have been beef kidneys. Yes. It was in a skillet, and there wasn't any oil. I don't remember seeing any oil in the skillet, but they were kind of oily themselves, as if they had been fried in maybe a small amount of grease, but they had these little bitty crispy bits all over them. And they were just delicious. I don't know if it was pork or beef kidneys, Brian. My guess is going to be beef kidneys. That just sounds like maybe right to me, but I don't know. The one recipe that I wish I had at my grandpa's was pancakes. Yes. Yes, if you have any other older family members left, maybe they know that same recipe. But yes, kidney stew is so good. Oh my God. So yes, it is kidneys. And if I could get my hands on some, I could at least start playing with it. I will know it. I will know it when I get it, when I get the recipe right, because I'll be able to taste it. I'll know what I taste. I still remember that clear as day. And the smell of them, and the smell of them. Yes, I take pics of old family recipes and upload them to our family Google Drive and Facebook. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Absolutely. Yes, so that's the one recipe that I don't have of my mom's that I wish I had. And I'm pretty sure there are plenty more, but that's the one I want. That's the one that makes me say, oh my God, write these recipes down. Write them down, write them down. I have one living aunt that may know that recipe. She may know it. And she's the only person that I thought of recently to try to contact and ask if she knew. I don't have never seen her cook them. I've never known her to cook them, but she was a cook like my mom, or she is a cook like my mom. And so if anyone were to know, it would probably be her. And so she's in her late or mid 90s now. So I'm like, okay, you better go ahead and check her out and catch up with her. Kidneys, you may be able to check with the local hog or beef farmers. Good. Oh, that's another good idea. See, y'all got some good ideas. I hadn't thought of any of this. I'm just trying to figure out, because that I knew, she just used to go to the store and buy them. Now, that was many moons ago. And things have changed. But yes, and trust me, if I ever find them, if I get my hands on them and I get that recipe right, y'all will see the video. I don't care if you want to eat them or not. Y'all will see the video, because I absolutely have to document that. I have to document that. Yes, absolutely. And then speaking of recipes, one thing that I wanted to also let you all know is that, and some of you all may be aware, that YouTube now has podcasts for everyone. So all of my videos, all of my tips, tricks, and hacks, everything, they're also on podcasts now. So for those who just want to listen, and maybe you're cleaning the house or you're doing something else, you're out working in the garden or something, and you just want to hear, then you can go to podcasts, and you can get to all of my podcasts by going on my homepage, and then you'll see on YouTube homepage, and you'll see videos, shorts, community tabs, and the word podcast. If you click on that and then click on it, you can just listen. You can view or listen, either one. You can view or listen. But yes, those are strictly for podcasts. Yes, good night. It is 1:51 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, somebody must have said good night. Well, good night. What kind of skillet did you use? Oh, she's talking to someone else. Yes. Pineapple upside down. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? She says pineapple upside down cake. Yes, Google have a lot of recipes for kidneys. I will check that out too, but I have to find the kidneys first. I'm not really worried about figuring out the recipe so much. I wish I had her specifically exactly how she did it. Oh, it's 9 p.m. in your country. Oh, good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes. Figuring out the recipe, I got to find the kidneys and then make sure I have the right ones. I just want to say that they were beef just because of looking at them and the color of them or something. I don't know. But I will start with trying to find beef kidneys first. And then if I fix them or prepare them, no matter how I prepare them, I know the taste that they should taste like, even, with or without her exact recipe. So at that point, I'll know if it's beef or pork. My guesstimation is going to be they are beef. Just knowing my mom and knowing what she cooked, that's what I'm thinking about. Maggie, the substitute teacher, says, exactly, my channel is my legacy long after. Exactly. Yes, that's right. That's right. It's another way to document. It's another way to document. And that's why I'm, want to put everything on external drive too, because, well, there are some major players that are no longer major players anymore. So, we don't want anything to happen to the source, but yeah, if it does, it's still somewhere that they can get their hands on it. Yes, I had chow chow when I was a little girl, loved it. Yes, awesome. I'm a dessert freak. I love coconut cake and a cup of tea to cheer me. Oh, wow. You know what? I am not a fan of coconut, but I have a coconut cake on my channel. That's about the only coconut I will have, and a little bit of coconut in German chocolate cake. Those two, because I'm not a fan of coconut. I will eat it, but if you give me a choice, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen if you give me a choice. Yes, so that's I miss my mom's cheesecake. Yes. And see, that's the thing. We start missing these recipes, and we didn't think ahead of time to ask for the recipe or to write it down, and I guess they didn't think to write it down or anything. So it's really, really important that we capture that. It's like capturing a moment with pictures to capture these recipes and make sure we have them for the future. And if you're a young person, start asking your older family members that if they're cooking something that is just a favorite of yours, or everyone loves or you love, start asking them, because the thing about it is a lot of these recipes, quote unquote, that are being cooked and developed that we love so much, there's not a written copy of it because we don't cook that way. We cook by smell, by taste, by our senses. And so you start off with whatever it is, and you add a little bit of this, and you add a little bit of that, and 9 times out of 10, if you ask somebody, they say, oh, you can put this, this, and this in it, but they may not have exact measurements. But if you nail them down and say, well, can you at least tell me the ingredients that go in there and what you think? Like, you think it's a tablespoon, or you think it's a cup, or it's about a half a cup. Because a lot of times we don't know. We have no clue. And to be honest, most of my videos, the majority of my videos, you will not see me on the videos. Only some certain ones, you won't see me on the videos saying a tablespoon of this and a cup of that and a cup of this. Because truthfully, when I'm making it for myself, everything is dump and go. I just know what goes in it. So then I have to go back and literally sit down and write down, okay, is it a spoonful of that, to actually put the ingredients in the description of the video for you guys. Because that's why when I'm cooking, I'm like, okay, we're gonna put some flour in and stir that up. And I always say, I'll put the exact measurements, ingredients in the description, because I'm gonna just put it in there and taste and go from there. That's the easiest thing to do. Yes, 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 yes. I see so many comments. Let me take a look at them. Yes, my grandmama made it. Okay, let me go down. Ooh, I'm way up at the top in the comments. Just going by. Red velvet. I have a red velvet cake on my channel as well. Tina says, no liver, that's nasty. I love a good fried liver, but it needs to be fried hard, crispy, and pretty much perfect. So that's it. Just a minute. Come in. I'm on live. You need to get your stuff? Okay. All right. Yeah, so it has to be right. It has to have the right amount of gravy, the right thickness of gravy, and the right thickness of oven. All right. Love you. See you later. That's my son. I was just saying bye to y'all. So Brian says, my mother made the best chicken and dumplings. She taught me how to cook them. Oh, she passed in 2010, bless her heart. I still make them. But you know what? That right there. Who was that? Bryant Woods. That right there. That part. My kids, all of them have access to the recipes, and if nothing else, they have access to me. Especially my son, the one that pops in, the one I just spoke to, the one that you all saw in the video. He cooks. He is a trained chef. Okay, he actually went to school for it, but outside of that, his palate is extreme. Okay, meaning he can just put flavors together. Just can put flavors together out of nowhere. And I'm like, how did you know that goes there? I never told you that. He was like, it just does. And it's just delicious. And he does the same thing. He'll come and there are certain things. He'll say, you never make so-and-so anymore. I'm like, why do I have to make it? You can make it. You cook just as well as I do. And some things he actually cooks better. But mine, I've tried. Mine doesn't taste like yours. All my children do the same thing. They say, oh, I need you to make so-and-so because I haven't had it in a while. I'm like, you know how to cook it. Why haven't you had it around? It doesn't taste like yours. I think that's just got something to do with when you're eating something from your mom. It's memories, it's reflection, I don't know, but I don't really think it has anything to do with the food. Okay, I just don't, because if they're putting the exact same thing in it that you did, and they're blending it, mixing it, stirring it, frying it, boiling it, baking it, broiling it, baking it, roasting it, or whatever, just like you did, why wouldn't it taste the same? But okay, I think that just has something to do with kids wanting their parents to cook whatever for them. Yes, that love is the key. It must be, Kelvin. It must be because there's no reason it should taste different. I'm like, come on. Because one thing, I'll tell you one thing that he always asks me to cook. My son, y'all seen him. He cooks just as well as I do. Sloppy Joes. Something as easy as Sloppy Joes. I'm like, go get you some ground beef and make you some sloppy joes. Sloppy Joes? Yeah, I try. And I can cook them, but I don't know. For whatever reason, mine don't taste like yours. Mm-hmm. I just think they want you to do it for them. It's just like that mother and father doing something for their child, aunt, uncle doing something for their child. That's what I think. That is absolutely what I think. It's just different when mama does it. It must be, Tisa. It must be. That's the only thing that I can think of. Yes, I made a point of introducing my children to different cultures of food development. That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. Yes, my grandmother wrote recipes on old paper. I have my mother's recipes and she included Graham's special ones written in her own. That's wonderful. Now that's wonderful. Even in preserving those, you should keep those no matter what. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. What country are you in? Black and White says, I like to cook, but in our country, cooks are not seen as good job. It's like you dropped study and now struggling to make food. And you know what? I've heard that for a lot of different places. But what gets me is wherever the concept comes from, everybody has to eat. So, okay, I look at it like this. If that's the way they feel, let everybody that cooks stop cooking. Nobody cook, nothing. And then what? It's like, so yes, everybody has to eat. Yes. To get my liver and onions, I go to El Rey Soul Food in Maryland because I'm the only one yes, I'm the only one that will eat liver and onions in my family as well. I don't care. I'm going to cook them to myself. I have some in there now, actually. So yes, absolutely. I enjoy my recipe card collection, especially the ones, yes. Yes. Hey, Selena, how are you? New to your channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's the love in your mom's cooking that makes it. It must be. It must be. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh my goodness, yes. So those were the main things I just wanted to come on and chat about today. I have a pinned comment up at the top for my channel members, channel memberships, as well as my second channel. A lot of people have been coming over there saying, I didn't know you had a second channel. I had a comment yesterday, last night that said something like, please tell me you're the same lady that goes, show me what to do, or something like that. And I guess she recognized the voice or the face looked familiar to her. I don't remember exactly which video it was on there. It is a gardening channel, but I do the same kind of shorts over there. And information, tips, tricks, if any of you all garden or have an interest in that. I always say that if you cook, you should be growing something, even if it's just one pot on your counter and it's herbs, because, well, you cook with herbs, so why not grow your own herbs, just a small amount on your kitchen counter, because that way you can always have fresh and you don't have to worry about running out buying it. And if you don't have it and you start making something and you thought you had it, then boom, you have it. So for those reasons, yeah, I've seen the gardening. Thanks, Amy. Yes, 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 yes. Now, and gardening is not my forte like cooking is, so it's a learning process still for me as well, but I'm sharing my journey over there as I go along and as I learn with you all. Tisa says, if you are good with a camera, you can document by recording your recipes, especially if you don't measure. That's right, you sure can. You sure can. Yes, the caterpillars ate my entire deal plant. You know what? Something ate one of my entire blueberry bushes. I have 3 blueberry bushes. And this year, my God, the blueberries were amazing. They were so sweet and juicy. And my oldest blueberry bush is just pretty much destroyed. But I'm going to cut all of them down to about a foot foot or a little better this year at the time that it's for me to do it, which is at the end of winter, beginning of spring. I'm going to cut them all down because they're all getting tall. They're all about 6 feet tall, and I want them to grow wider more than taller. So I'm going to cut them back anyway. Absolutely. So yes, but back to the recipes. Back to the recipes, find the ones that and it's not really just the ones that are the family favorites. It's all of them. If you all have holiday traditions, a lot of us have holiday traditions that a lot of you asked me, somebody just said, what is my opinion on Gordon Ramsay? That's a broad question. So unless you can ask me something more specific, I can't help you. That's a broad question. We have traditions, and it's something that you serve at a certain time or something you do like at birthdays or holidays or something like that that you typically don't do at other times of the year. Be sure to document those things too. It all goes hand in hand. And sometimes when we think about cooking, we forget to think about things that we drink. If you're not a soda drinker or a juice drinker, if you're making different teas, write down those recipes for those teas. You might sometimes you might incorporate other things in it. Write down those things as well, because it can all go hand in hand. If that's what your family is used to drinking at when you guys gather or something like that, if it's a special tea, if it's a special juice, you might make your own fresh juice for a gathering or something. Those are recipes too, but we tend to forget about those recipes because sweet tea, that's right, that sweet tea had a recipe. Absolutely, because a lot of people drink sweet tea and they make it. But how are you making it? Is it a sun tea? Is it a tea that you just brewed? Do you have multiple types of tea in this recipe? Those are recipes too, but sometimes because it's not food and we're not just eating it, we don't think about it. But it's important that we write down all of these recipes, and that's why I'm writing this book, so that I can write down. And trust me, it's going to be probably about 100 different recipes in this book, but that's not going to be all. So I hope, if it goes well, the book goes well, and you guys enjoy the book, I hope to be able to break it down at some point and have just a book for all desserts. Just have just a book for keto, because I have a lot of keto recipes when I am behaving myself. I do practice keto. I love, love, love the keto diet. That's a whole nother conversation. But I love everything that's on it, because everything that I can have on the keto diet are my go-to things that I just like in general. So I would like to have a book with keto recipes, a dessert book. So we'll see how all that goes, but it's my effort to document the recipes that I have, that I know. There are a lot of recipes that I have put together that weren't normal or like, I'll give a good example. The peppers that I just did, the stuffed peppers. I have so many comments saying, I've never thought to put spaghetti in it. I never thought. You can put anything in those peppers if it goes with peppers. Get out the tradition and just make something different. And honestly, I didn't want the traditional rice and ground beef that typically goes in the peppers. I wanted something different. I chose spaghetti because, well, I typically put green bell peppers. I don't put the yellow and the red, but I do put green bell peppers in my spaghetti when I cook it. Whether I cook it and I mix it all together, whether I'm making spaghetti and actual meatballs with sauce, whether I'm making spaghetti with just sauce on top of it. I have all those recipes, but there's green peppers in every last single one of them. So I thought, okay, let's stuff these peppers. Now, I typically don't put cheese on my spaghetti. I will put a little grated Parmesan on there, but other than that, but that still was a cheese. So my thought process was, okay, I was wanting something different myself, just to have something different. Because if you eat the same things all the time, it can get boring. So I had a taste for something different. So I said, okay, let me stuff these peppers with my spaghetti. And it was delicious. The only thing I wish I had done, and I apologize for this, was I meant to slice one of them in half so that you all could see it. I didn't even think about that till I was actually eating, which was later on, and the video was done, so I apologize for that. I just was not thinking, because typically I'm just tasting. Hey, CJ's Info, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Ola Joe. Somebody says, Brian says, Ola Joe, your crochet tutorials on your, do you have crochet tutorials on your channel? Yes, she does. And Ola Joe, you can put your, okay, good. Tisa did it. You guys, Ola Joe and Tisa, you guys put each other's link in the stream for each other. Yes, yes, she does from beginning. Oh, let me show you how well. Ola Joe is an excellent teacher when it comes to crocheting. That's something that I don't do. It is something I am learning to do. But if you just want to take a hint of her skills and her abilities to teach how to crochet, go on my gardening channel at the Scaredy Cat Gardener and scroll down to the bottom. You will see a short playlist. There's only 2 things in there. I literally, the first thing I ever crocheted in my entire life was like, what, a year or 2 ago? Under her direction, it was a gray hat. The hat is beautiful. After that, I crocheted a bag. The bag came out beautiful. Those are the only 2 things. I had never picked up a crochet hook in my entire life. And to this day, I still really don't know anything about it. I'm supposed to be crocheting some more things. She's been on me. I haven't gotten started because I've been doing this book, trying to get my seasonings out and things like that. But I just wanted to let you know, since you asked about that, she is amazing when it comes to teaching how to crochet and her skill level. So yes, but if you want to see her work that she didn't do, that she taught somebody that had never picked up a hook before in their life, go look at those 2. Just, you don't even have to click, you don't even have to click on the videos. I'm not trying to get you to go over there and watch the videos. You don't even have to go click on the videos, because you can look at the thumbnails. I got the hat on and I got the bag in the other thumbnail. You can just look at that. It's amazing. She's wonderful. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I saw you at Walmart. TikTok shorts. I saw you at Walmart. You didn't say anything? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you did say something. Did you say something? Everybody always sees me at Walmart. I run across so many people at Walmart. TikTok shorts. Did you say anything to me at Walmart? Because obviously I wouldn't have known your channel name at Walmart. So did we actually talk? Because usually if somebody says, usually this is what happens when I'm out and about. People will come up and they'll look at me from a distance and they won't say anything. And sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. But I'll see somebody kind of staring at me, and then I'm like, okay, here it comes. They think they're trying to figure out if they know me. So I'm just waiting, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. And then usually they'll come over to me or something and say, are you that lady? That lady? Are you that? And I'm like, that lady that says, come with me. I'll show you what to do. Yes, that lady. I'm like, yes, that's me. So, TikTok shorts. Did you say something to me at Walmart? Because a lot of people, I think, see me and don't say nothing. Because they be looking and they be looking. And I'm like, why is this person looking? And I'm like, okay, they must be trying to figure out if that's me. Yes, 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 yes. So, TikTok shorts, please say something in the chat and let me know. Did you say something to me? Because everybody sees me at Walmart. I guess I live at Walmart. Yes, absolutely. My 17-year-old daughter has taught herself to crochet. That's amazing. It's a wonderful skill to have. It really is. Tracy says, you are so wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I'm trying to look at the chat as I go. Bryant says, thank you, Ola Joe. Yes. Absolutely. But I want to know if TikTok Shorts left the building, left the pantry, I should say. Because that person, whoever TikTok Shorts is, said they saw me at Walmart. And I want to know if they said something. Were you one of the people I stopped and we conversed or not? Yes. You're so funny. You're personable. Oh, thank you, Amy. Amy Bryant is amazing. Yes, yes. Amy Bryant, that is amazing. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome, 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 awesome. So I'm trying to look at the questions. Anybody have any questions about anything I've recently made or anything of that nature? Please let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, 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 yes. And I want to say, going forward, if you do see me out and about, if you're in my area and you do see me out and about, say something, because typically now, I haven't done this in the past because I just really got them, but I have a little token for you if you see me in person. So the only people that'll probably have these will be people that see me in person, and maybe a few people when I do have a giveaway and I throw it in to their giveaway or something like that. I have wristbands that say, that's the wrong side. It says over here, that's probably backwards to you all. No, it's right. Come with me. I'll show you what to do. And then on the inside, it says cooking at Pam's Place. So if you run across me, you stand the chance of me having these wristbands with me, because I have them in all sizes, small, medium, and large, to get one. TikTok Shorts, did you say something to me when you saw me in Walmart? TikTok Shorts, did you say something to me when you saw me in Walmart? Yes, any other chicken part that will do well with no, as long as it has skin on it, it will do well. It can be boneless. If it is boneless with skin, then it's going to cook a little bit quicker. No, okay. Well, you could have had one of my wristbands. If it's boneless, it's going to cook a little faster than bone in. If it's breast, it's going to cook a little faster than a thigh would. So you have to be aware of your time and cut it down. So even the first 10 minutes that you cover it up, if it's like boneless and skinless, boneless, but it has the skin on it, if it's a breast or something like that, I would be checking it at the 5-minute mark, not 10 minutes. And the second time around, same thing. I would not trust it that long in there. Now, if it's something like a leg, what you're going to have to do is, usually on a leg, if you take the skin and make sure the skin is pulled up and covering the actual chicken leg, you will find that one part of the leg, one side of the leg, has more skin on it than the other. That's the side you want to put down in the skillet while you have this top on and everything. But once you take the top off, you're going to need to rotate that chicken. I would take it and flip it over to the other side just as I would a thigh, but it has skin on it. So wait until that skin becomes crispy and golden brown. Then you might have to use tongs or something, or prop them up where one is sitting up against the other to make it stand. Then begin to rotate it on a side. Then flip it over from that side to the other side. You're going to have to rotate it so that all that skin that's going around it completely will be cooked. You have to think about the overall concept of frying the chicken with no oil. What you're doing is you are, in essence, frying it in oil, but you are not adding any oil to your pan. Chicken, that's why the skin is important, because that's where your fat, it has fat around it, but that's also where your fat is coming from, and that's what's being released into the pan to create its own oil, and then it begins to fry. You're covering it up so that it can release all those juices and oils. Then it'll continue to fry as if you put the oil in there. So once you take the top off, rotate it around and watch it, so that you can get the whole piece cooked and crispy on all sides. But yes, it will absolutely work. Or you can also butterfly a leg, meaning you can cut it just like you did pretty much, or just like I did on the thighs, but you're gonna have to cut through that skin and lay it flat, okay? So you can butterfly it as well. Personally, I would just rotate it because that's too much, even for me. But you can if you want to. Karen says, those bracelets are smart like you. Thank you. Love watching your channel. You're so kind and helpful. I feel like we're part of your extended family. Hey, that's what you all are, my extended family. What day will you go for the next cooking show? I'll watch in video for you. I actually do a premiere every Sunday, a full-blown how-to cooking tutorial premiere every Sunday. I don't have a specific time because Sunday is also the day that a lot of times all my kids are grown and gone except for my son. He's the only one that still actually is here with me. But the rest of them are gone and grown and gone. He grown, but they visit sometimes. So I never know exactly what time I can post my videos on Sunday for the premiere. So that's why it's random. I try to put them out there. I try to at least notify everybody about an hour to an hour and a half prior. Now, I do live cooking typically once a week. My preference day is Thursday or Friday for that. But sometimes my weeks vary depending on what else I have to do, and I don't do it at all, or that will change. Normally, if I'm doing a live cooking video while I'm actually cooking on live, like we're live now, those videos are typically done somewhere around 11 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 10, but roughly 11ish has been the time, give or take a little bit, of when I've been able to go live actually cooking. So that's when I do that. And then I throw up those shorts every day. Usually, lately, it's been around 7:30 in the evening. Those are my hacks, tips, and tricks, the shorts. I do that every single day. There will be one this evening. Hey, Ben, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. I have not forgot about that playlist. I am still working on it, trying to see what else I can add to it. I got it. Yes. Vicky, can you make the best way to make peach cobbler? I think I have 2 peach cobblers. I know I have 1 peach cobbler on my channel already. I may have 2, but I think I have 1. I know I have 1 for sure. I know I have 1 for sure. Delcy says, Delcy from Belize. Hello, hello. I tried your no yeast, no knead bread. It was very good. My family loved it. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. Don't forget, guys, to try those no yeast dinner rolls as well. They are amazing. And for those of you all who do want the yeast in there, I do have a simple and easy Hawaiian sweet rolls recipe, and it tastes like the Hawaiian sweet rolls with yeast in it. That's on my channel as well. So I also have that one. Yes, and I will probably, I don't know for sure yet, but I'm thinking in October, I will be putting up the long form cooking video every Sunday, and I may end up putting up an additional one throughout the week, if not every week, some weeks, starting in October. Because starting in October, we're starting to head into our heavy, Chef, you have 2 peach cobbler. Okay, I have 2 peach cobbler videos already on my channel. We'll be heading into the heavy holiday season. So I have a lot of recipes already on my channel for the holidays, most of the ones I cook. But I'm going to recreate a lot of those because I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, don't find the older videos, or they don't come up or whatever. So I thought I would recreate quite a few of those. So sometimes you may see me drop one in the beginning as well. Yes. Got any oven dehydrating recipes? Not oven dehydrating, but anything you can dehydrate in a dehydrator, you can dehydrate in the oven pretty much. You just typically are going to put your oven on the lowest setting, and it'll take longer. Now, the dehydrating videos that I do have or on my gardening channel. Typically, any type of preservation, I have how to preserve eggs over there. Any type of preservation, I usually do on my garden channel at the Scaredy Cat Gardener, simply because gardeners grow, you grow so much, you got to preserve it. So I typically do all my preserving over there. I plan to start doing some canning, and that's going to be on my gardening channel as well. Because like I said, gardeners garden, they grow all this stuff, then you got all this stuff, and you're like, now what am I going to do with it? So you got to preserve it. So that's where you can find those at. Yes, 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 yes. So I was looking for, I would be looking for any more questions. Let me see what it being say. Let me go back up. I came here today to ask another favor. Could you please put my family on your prayer list? We lost my son in an accident a few. Oh, Ben, I am so sorry to hear that. Absolutely. Anybody that can send prayers for Ben C. Inlots, he's in the stream now. Ben has been with my channel, and I know Ola Joe's channel for years now. He's an old friend of ours on these YouTube streets. So please, please, anybody that can pray for his family, the recovery, and the strength that they need going forward, please do so. And yes, absolutely, Ben, you will be in my prayers for sure. Absolutely. Yes, I am so sorry to hear that. Yes, awesome. Okay. Yes, yes. Everyone's adding you to their prayer list. And that's amazing and that's awesome. And we will continue to pray, because we don't just pray one day, we pray every day. And you know, where one or more is gathered, nothing shall be withheld. So whatever relief and guidance you need through these times will be given unto you. Yes, 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 yes. I wish you lived next to me. I don't celebrate ungodly days, only holy days from the Bible. Okay. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Everybody celebrates whatever they do, and that's fine. I don't have any qualms with that. Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you all. Wasn't trying to bring that. Oh, no, that's fine, Ben. That is fine. That's fine. You're fine. Yes. Amy says, Lord, yes, everybody's praying for you. No, no, that is absolutely fine, Ben. No harm done. No harm done. We will be praying for you. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Um, hey, Janice, how are you? Yes, that's accidents are the worst ones sometimes, because you can't prepare for them. But that's okay. God's got your back, and he will prepare you as he sees fits. Absolutely. Yes, Elaine says she will be praying for your family as well. Yes, and Janice is praying as well. Everybody in the stream is praying for you. So that is going to be awesome and amazing. You will be able to handle this. Yes, one virtuous woman says, I do prayer live every Friday morning on her channel. Okay, one virtuous woman, Ben, says she does a prayer live every Friday on her channel. Yes, absolutely. And Karen Powers is definitely praying for Ben and his family. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad I went back up the stream to review that comment. Yes. And Keisha, everyone, shared burden makes it lighter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You know that these people are praying for you. God answers prayers. And so, like I said, where there is one or more gathered, nothing shall be withheld from him, her, them. So, yes, absolutely. 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 So, do we have any more questions for anything that I recently cooked? What do you guys want to see me cook? Not that I am, but I always put that out there just in case. Just in case, just in case. Yes, I have learned a lot from you. Thanks so much. You are welcome. You are so chicken wings. Yes, I do have a video on chicken wings. I think they were just buffalo chicken wings, but I do have one already, Amy, on my channel. Um, for buffalo chicken wings. Yes, thank you for sharing your channel. I really enjoy your cooking style, so natural and healthy. And you're right, Mother's Best Cook Original is the best. Yes, absolutely. Have you made an apple crisp? I believe I have. I have like, what, I got almost 1,000 total videos on my channel, but I know I have at least out of that 1,000, I'm pretty sure about 800 of them are regular cooking tutorials. Yes, gonna my Michigan says, thanks Pam, I have been shown so many blessings. Going to check out Ola Joe the Crocheting Sailor, awesome and amazing. When you all check her out, be sure to tell her that you saw her, or you're coming over from cooking at Pam's place. Yes. How are you doing today? You're asking about everyone else. What about? I am doing fantabulous. Yes, I really am. I have no complaints. I have no anything. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yes. Have you ever done Jamaican food? I have not on my channel. I have not on my channel. More soups, please. Dana, that I do have several soups and stews on my channel. However, you will see that kind of stuff as the weather changes, because ain't nobody gonna really eat it right now in my house. And that's another thing. I typically cook what we're going to eat, or at least cook what we like, even if I end up freezing it or something like that. So Dana, hang in there. As the temperature's cool, you'll see stews and soups and things like that. I even have a couple that'll be in the book that I haven't published on my channel. That's considered, I have a section in my cookbook that's going to be private collection. My private collection. These are things that I make and I cook, some recipes that we love here in my home that I have not shared online that I am putting in the book. And a lamb stew is one of them. Yes. It's my way of fixing it. It's not anybody else's way. That's why it's my private collection. Yes, Sherry says, my mom makes the best chop suey, and I have never been able to duplicate it. Yes, I ask her to make it for me at least once a year, and I also purchase some of the ingredients, and we split the food. Oh, make sure you still, if you, even though you haven't been able to get it right, have her write that recipe down. Write it down, write it down. Make sure you have it, because you may just start playing with it and get it one day. You may just start playing with it and get it one day. Yes, I'd love to see a pineapple coconut buttermilk pound cake. Oh, I don't know if that's going to happen. One, my husband's not a fan of pineapple, and I'm not a fan of coconut. So, and these are the two people I cook for on the regular. I cook for my son sometimes, but on the regular, I'm cooking for myself and my husband. He don't want nothing to do with pineapple. He'll eat a little bit of it if it's just the fruit. He don't want nothing in no cake called pineapple. And I don't really want coconut. So, I don't know about that one. Yes, I don't know about that one. Let me see. Somebody says a potato soup. I believe I have potato soup on there. If not, I have the most amazing. I'm going to look. I don't think I have the potato soup on there. Now that you mention that, I have the most amazing potato soup that you can literally make in like less than 10 minutes. It is rich and just delicious and flavorful, and it's that quick. When it's cold and it's winter and I need something hot to eat, to have, like quick and in a hurry, I come in the house. The first time I made that soup, we had just come in. I think we were Christmas shopping some years ago. And I told my husband said, what do you have in mind for dinner? I said, I don't know about you, but I'm getting ready to eat some soup. He said, isn't that going to take like the rest of the night? I'm like, nope. I'll say, I'm getting ready to make some potato soup. You're welcome to it. You're welcome to have some if you want it, but that's what I am going to make. I have it on there. I have the potato soup on there. I don't know if it's the same one that I'm gonna have to look and make sure it's the same one because most of the time I have more than one version. I came in here, he went upstairs, changed clothes, and came back. And by the time he came back, I'm like, you're ready to eat. I love that soup for that reason. Yes, yes. I love that for that reason. Hey, Little Bit, how are you? Oh my God, Little Bit Lights has been with me for years too. Yay, how are you? So good to see you. So good to see you. What were the family favorite go-to meals when you had a young family? See, I didn't have too many just really go-to meals like that because I love to cook so much. And I didn't mind cooking every day. So I rarely had any go-to meals like that, but if I had to pick one, I would say cheesesteak sandwiches, sloppy joes, and just cheeseburgers. Those were my go-to. I didn't have any big heavy duty full-blown go-to meals because I cooked every day. I cooked really full-blown meals of greens and beans and things like that. My kids didn't eat no beans, but every day. So yes, I grew some grandma's chicken and dumplings. Yes. Now that was a winter one, chicken and dumplings, because that was the one that I learned to cook on. That was my first thing that got me going in this direction. To this day, I love chicken and dumplings. Love, love, love them. And my family does too. And that's something else they always ask me to make. At least my youngest daughter does, because she loves them. She like, when you make some, can you let me know so I can come get some? Because I can't get them like you can. Yes. Okay, Amy, thank you so much. I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm going to really let all y'all go because we've been here for quite a while. Thanks so much, Amy. I enjoy having you here. Thank you so much. Yes, this whole conversation is making me hungry. I know, me too. That's another reason why it's time to go, because I need food. Yes. Dana says, Pam, my husband is what I call a basic eater. He doesn't like a lot of seasoning. He considers Taco Bell authentic Mexican. What can you suggest? I like exploring foods. Well, if he doesn't like very much, I have that problem. My husband doesn't like heat, nothing spicy. I mean, a little black pepper is all as far as he's going. So what I tend to do on the regular, I cook whatever I'm cooking. And let's just say, like chili. That's a good one because I like my chili kind of hot. He don't want that. So I will make the chili to about 75% done. And at that point, I will take what I think the amount that he's going to eat out and put it in another pot and just let it continue to cook. Then I will add everything I want into mine so that I can have mine the way I want. And I just have two pots. So, I mean, if you want to try new things, that's what I would suggest doing, cooking it to a certain point where you can take it out and his food will be bland and you can doctor up yours however you want to doctor it up. But that's what I do. That is exactly what I do. Yes, 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 yes. So, on that note, I'm going to let you all go because we've been on here just a little bit more than an hour. When are you making a video on your lamb stew? I am not. It will be in my cookbook under my private collection. Yes, along with about 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 more recipes from the private collection. It will be in my book. That'll be the only way you'll get that one. Yes, 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 yes. So you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much once again for coming and hanging out with me. We will continue to pray for you, Ben, as well, and we will pray for everyone else here and those that are not here. And I thank each of you all that are here. Thank you for coming. I thank those that wanted to come that couldn't, and those that tried to come but weren't able to. So until next time, the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.